So during the month of March, we're taking a deep dive into the intricacies of digital marketing for small business. We kicked off with part 1 of a blog series where we revealed some things that no one will tell you about digital marketing. Our goal is to start a conversation, spark a debate, and open a forum for discussion where our Truevo community can share insights and learn and grow together. Now, when it comes to digital marketing, the best place to start is at the very beginning, aka the small business website. 2 statistics stand out for us. The first one is 79% of entrepreneurs with a business website expect to grow at least 25% in the next 3 to 5 years, compared to 64% of those without a site. The second statistic is slow loading websites cost online businesses in excess of $2.6 billion in 2020. Now, if you are a small business owner, a marketer who doesn't yet have a website, you might be wondering where to start and what the features of a winning website are. To start this conversation, we'll be chatting with Annelie van Rooyen, the marketing manager at Truevo, and picking her brain about everything website. So let's dive straight in. What causes a slow loading website?
Well, there are quite a lot of factors that play a role. Firstly, you need a strong foundation, so a solid website structure. If you have long pages with a lot of content or a lot of plugins that might be unnecessary, that will take up a lot of resources and cause the page to take long to load. Also, if you have large assets on the page, like large images that haven't been resized or compressed, that can also cause long loading times. And then you should be making sure that your hosting provider, that you're using a good hosting provider, one that offers packages and an infrastructure that is best suited to your type of website.
Great. On to the next question. If you Google the top website builders for small business, you'll be ambushed by reams of listicles that differ in opinion. In your opinion, how should small businesses go about choosing the best option for their business website?
Every business is different. So your level of technical skills, your budget, your location, and the required features all play a role. The first step, I would say, would be to figure out what the purpose or the function of the website would be. Is it to capture web leads? Is it an e-commerce website, a membership site, a blog, whatever the case may be? So once you've determined this, you need to start your research. If you're building an e-commerce site, for instance, Google best tools for building an e-commerce website. I'm sorry I'm sending you back to Google, but that is one of the best sources of information. So here you'll find tons of side-by-side comparisons and reviews from software review websites. And then you can start comparing the top solutions and start narrowing down the field. Most of the front runners will meet most of your basic requirements. That's how they were designed. So your personal preference then really starts to come into play. You need to ask yourself, what type of hosting would you prefer? Are you looking for a hosted or a self-hosted platform? What fits your budget and your technical skills? And then what core features are included straight out the box? And what additional plugins might you need to add additional functionality to the site? And what are the costs involved? Then also what payment solutions are available and what are the costs of those? So through a process of elimination, you should be able to narrow it down to about 2 or 3 that fit the bill. So finally, then look for social proof to help you make your final decision. How many users does the platform have and what is the overall rating? Make sure the rating is based on a large number of reviews and not just 1 or 2. And then search the reviews for more info on things like the site performance, usability, and security. So just make sure that it's setting you up for success and take your pick.
I want to slide a quick question in there. In terms of free software, what are people using? What is drop some names in there.
Well, there are tons of free platforms, and many of the hosted solutions also offer their own entry-level packages that have very basic features. Generally, you would be looking at a small monthly fee. Even if it's a self-hosted platform, you're looking at your hosting costs per month. But there are free hosting options out there as well. So for self-hosted platforms, you're probably looking at something like WordPress or Drupal or Magento. For hosted platforms, you could consider things like Wix or Squarespace or Shopify. So there really are quite a lot of cool options out there to choose from.
If you could, through a process of elimination, choose just one feature of a small business website that is the most significant, what would it be?
Well, I'm not sure if you call this a feature, but I think that the single most important thing small businesses should strive for is a friction-free customer experience. If your conversion funnel is long and aggravating, you're going to lose customers. And once you've lost them, it's very hard to win them back. So to eliminate friction, just make sure that your website loads very fast. Optimize it for mobile devices so that it's a seamless experience on any device. Improve the design to appeal to your audience. So use clear messaging and simple navigation. And then you should simplify the sales process. So remove any roadblocks like long checkout forms or expensive delivery fees. And make sure you have a wide selection of payment methods to appeal to a large customer base. And then finally, of course, just offer great service. Because if you keep your customers happy, they'll keep coming back.
Amazing. So we're touching on elements there of UX design and that kind of, designing for the user experience, which is obviously a different topic altogether, which we'd love to cover. Make a mental note of that. But on to the next question. So here's a big one. Should businesses be outsourcing their website builds to devs, or is it safe to take the DIY approach? Are there, pitfalls, opportunities within both approaches?
Most website builders are very intuitive, so they're really easy to use, even if you're not a developer. Drag and drop front end page builders are very common these days, and they're very easy to use. So depending on your platform, you might need some basic technical skills. But the amazing thing about using a website builder or a content management system is they have a vast developer community that's constantly improving and building onto the platform. And they're making their tutorials and advice available online. So there are really a lot of sources of information to help you, to guide you along the way. And then good theme or plugin developers also offer support. So you can reach out to them if you need help. In terms of the pitfalls and the opportunities, I'd say that the DIY approach, one of the upsides is keeping your startup costs as low as possible. If you're doing it all yourself, your only real cost is your time. And then empowering yourself with the skills to be able to manage your own website and the flexibility to make changes whenever you need to without any additional costs will really benefit your business in the long run. And then I'd say some of the pitfalls of the DIY approach would be trying to customize and change too much, or trying to build something from scratch. You might end up with a Frankenstein with poor performance and glitches and bad design. So just keep it simple. Select a user-friendly website builder. Choose a theme and plugins that have a large user base and great reviews. If you're using tools that have been tried and tested, you really can't go wrong. It's the best way to ensure that you'll have a stable site that actually works.
So last one from us. The Truevo site is under construction in a big way. Can you tell us a little bit about the site's development process, how you optimize it for success, what its most important features are, and your recommendations for devs who the kind of software that Truevo is built with?
The Truevo site is built using WordPress. We wanted a self-hosted solution with a maximum level of flexibility that also integrates into lots of third-party platforms. And WordPress offers just that. We have an incredible team who all work together to make the Truevo site the best it can be. We're currently working on some improvements to the site navigation, which we're excited to launch very soon. We're constantly working on search engine optimization and performance optimizations to ensure a seamless user experience. And then we're also busy working on improvements on our application forms, integrating verification services to help simplify the application process. My recommendations or advice to companies or developers who use WordPress would be just to keep it simple and keep testing. Not just A/B testing, but run performance tests to help you identify ways you can better optimize your website.
Thank you so much for your time. So there it is. You heard it here on Truevo by Truevo for businesses of any size. We'll be expanding on this topic and unpacking how to make your website more relevant to search engine crawlers. So do watch the space, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and follow us on socials. We can't wait to connect with you. See you next time.